Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. Today it's a Sunday 5 p.m. cast. We actually get rolling at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're live on YouTube right now on our LAC Comedy YouTube channel. The chat is open. We love to hear from you guys, how you felt about the show and what you liked and any ideas you have. We appreciate that. We've got a couple new people on today, and we're excited to have them joining this cast. My name is Ken Scove. I'm the founder and director of the LA Connection. We're celebrating our 44th year of dishing out fine comedy improv. We have a theater in Burbank that we hope to open sometime this year. And if you ever come out and check our shows out. You can, meanwhile, check out all our shows on LAC Comedy and our sister station, Mad Movies Online on YouTube. And let's introduce our cast today, starting with Aiden.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you're excited for an awesome show.
David, it's his first show with us.
Hey, how's it going? Good to be here.
Judy Lee.
Hi.
44 years of yes. And?
Brooke, her first show with us.
Hi.
Martika, first show with us.
Hello, thanks for coming.
Keyshawn.
Hey, how's it going?
Andre.
Hi, thanks for coming.
Madison.
Who knew that Zoom could be so entertaining? And it is. Yay.
Laura. She didn't unmute herself. She's living in another dimension. And Lynn.
Enjoy the show. Glad to see everybody here.
Okay, here we go. The show today, we got some really fun games going. We have a talk show. We have a 5-couple game where they'll be switching. We have the news. Everybody likes to hear the news. We have a tag team competition. We have some advice from the two-headed monsters. And then we have Reality House to take off a Big Brother. But we're going to jump right into a talk show right now, and all the cast doesn't know what I'm going to give them. I'm going to spontaneously give them something about their backstory, and then they're going to have to just go along with it and see where we can take it. So I'm going to start with Madison. Madison, I understand that you can read dogs' thoughts. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I'm surprised you tapped into that, Kent. That's something that I have been doing since I was very, very young. I actually could almost do that before I could talk. My parents started doing sign language with me when I was only 6 months old, and they really caught on quickly that I was actually dialoguing with the dog and able to actually warn them of events that were coming up in the future.
Well, give me an example of an event that the dog told you that helped save any possible damages or problems.
Yes. Well, our dog could sniff out any sort of danger at all. And he knew that the food was turning bad before my parents gave it to me. Now, at that age, I wasn't eating a lot of stuff, but he was able to warn them of the stuff that could possibly make me ill.
Okay, now you say you can read your own dog's thoughts. What about other dogs?
That is something that's interesting. I actually have learned how to do that quite well, and I even teach classes doing that. So if anybody would like to learn, you can take my dog reading thought class.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Joe Biden's dog at the White House grounds, I guess, bit one of the security guards, or maybe Secret Service. I'm not exactly sure which one, but they bit somebody who was working to protect the grounds. Could you tell me what that dog might have been thinking?
Yeah, it's interesting because I've become world famous in this talent, and actually the Secret Service at the White House has reached out to me on this. And we have just discovered that that dog was actually fearful that the ground was going to get trampled and the flowers were going to die.
Oh. So by nipping that security guard's hand, he was kind of telling him, let's get out of this area? Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should have a dog run for president. I think that, you know, maybe you should translate. Seems like the dogs are smarter than the humans. Thank you very much, Madison, for getting to know your talent. Now let's move on to Laura. Laura, I understand you shed skin like a snake. That's kind of weird. When did you begin to start shedding skin?
Well, I mean, it started when I was very young. It started initially after a really bad sunburn, and my skin started coming off, but then it didn't like stop. So I would go to bed and wake up in the morning, and my whole bed would be covered in different kinds of skin, and it looked very snaky. And eventually, yeah, things started to get kind of weird. I started to get a little bit of these fangs started growing in here. And then I started to say the word a lot and kind of like had this weird movement where I was kind of mesmerized by music and stuff. And yeah, I don't really know what was going on, but go ahead.
Do you think you were bitten by a snake and this is maybe why you now are shedding?
It's all possible. I mean, I always was kind of infatuated by snakes, but little by little, I just kind of started watching them and getting, you know, into their movements. And I kind of got turned on by the whole flute music thing. And yeah, little by little stuff started coming off of me. And I just kind of had like this skin fall off and then this new kind of like scaly skin come on. And it's kind of weird. But I don't know. I mean, I can get into the whole snake vibe and stuff, you know.
So you're saying your skin now is more scaly than it used to be as well?
Yes, it's more scaly. I'm definitely really good at yoga. Actually, I can contort my body like you wouldn't believe, like fit into a little tiny box. And I'm really like getting agile and stuff. So yeah, might be turning into something sneaky-like.
I think a lot of women would love to be, you know, exfoliate, and because it keeps your skin nice and tight and smooth. And
it really
that's
does.
The scaly thing that kind of threw me off there. But thank you, Laura. Thank you. Let's move on now to Judy Lee. So Judy Lee, let me see. I understand that you never sleep. You've never slept in your life. How does that happen?
It's for my training. You know, back in my country, we don't have enough labor. So I trained as a young toddler that I have to stand on guard for the pantries and then for the pets, you know, and stocks and the livestock, of course, and the farms. So I was trained to just stand there and meditate. So that's my part of my culture. I can meditate for 1 minute, that equals to about 20 minutes of sleep. So you can see that I'm very pale is because I'm lacking those minerals that you absorb during the sleeping period. And I have this really grand portfolio of activities because I have no need for sleep. I'm able to do everything in one day that a normal person will have to spend a month on.
Now, you've never slept since you were born, or did this start happening after a few years or many years?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, yeah, my memory is not the greatest, but I know exactly what to do. So all you need to do is give me a list of things to do, and I will look at it every 5 minutes, and I will get it done. But I don't remember what I did yesterday. You have to show me the list.
Okay, well, thank you. Let's move on. Our next one up is, let me just look at everybody there. It would be Brooke. So Brooke, I understand, Brooke, you were raised by monkeys. How did that work out?
Kent, thank you so much for having me and for asking me about this. I get questions all the time. A lot of people don't understand how monkeys communicate, and it's really shaped me into the person that I am today. It's very easy for me to be social and communicate because monkeys specifically love to communicate with their hands and with affection. They thrive on that, and they're very intelligent, almost close to dolphins as well as humans. So yeah, it's been like a weird part of my life, but I don't know.
Now, how did you communicate with the monkeys?
Yeah, so I actually took notes from Jane Goodall ever since I was a little girl and I was first introduced to her. I was very fascinated from her. And communicating with monkeys, we just kind of like lock eyes. And as soon as we see each other, they have this sort of connection with me. I don't really know how to describe it. You either have it or you don't. But ever since I was born, I was able to really easily be affiliated with animals in that way.
Now, I hate to ask you this, but did any of the monkeys try to mate with you?
It does happen. It does happen sometimes, and I am my instincts reject that. But it's normal in the community. Yeah, we don't judge. We just accept it, and we make our own decisions from there.
And the last question is, I know a lot of times monkeys will throw their poop. I'm just hoping that you don't do that.
No, see, that's actually a myth. A lot of people think that monkeys are notorious for throwing their poop, and sometimes they do to ward off predators and everything. But I was not taught that growing up. I was not taught to like take our feces and chuck it at the next monkey, you know? This was not a normal thing, but yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I appreciate that, because if I ever come visit you, I don't want to get anything thrown at me, okay? Thank you very much, Brooke. Let's see who's next up on the it looks like Martika. Okay, Martika, I understand you have wings. You can fly.
Yes, I do have wings, and they're just absolutely beautiful. I don't like to bring them out right now. Please don't ask me to bring them out. People always ask to see it, and then they try to touch it next, and it's a whole awkward situation. But I love having my wings.
Now, were you born with wings, or did you grow the wings as you got older?
I was born with wings. Don't you wish that you were born with wings? I got so lucky with mine.
Give us some of the places you've flown.
Oh gosh, I could fly really anywhere, but it's more of, do you want to put that much work into it? Typically, though, I love to go to the beach. So California is beautiful. I live in the Midwest right now, mainly because there's a lot of trees around here.
So I bet you fly up and hang out in some trees from time to time, huh?
Oh, definitely. However, a lot of people think that blue jays are terrible birds. And just to justify and explain, yes, they are terrible birds because they just don't like to share the branch. Yeah, they just try to take all of the branches for themselves.
Wow. I know people like that. They want to take all the branches. Well, thank you, Martika. Let's move on to, let's see who's next up on the list here. It's Keyshawn. Oh, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, I understand you have springs in your legs that you can actually jump up to 100 feet?
Yes. When I was 4 years old, my mom signed me up for this cool experiment. She doesn't really like to go into detail. She said it was a lot of money, hates me for it and all this stuff. But apparently they were able to just replace my joints with springs, right? So every time I jump, walk, all this stuff, I just have this extra bounce and I don't really feel pain, but yeah, that's my story.
Well, I understand that you were a running back in football and people could never tackle you because you would just jump over them.
Oh, yeah, I jump over them. Actually, that's what my coach told me to start doing, because when I first started, I would just go headfirst into them, and I've broken many people's ribs doing that. Because like if a person my size comes into like a speeding bullet, you're gonna die. And 2 of those 15 kids almost did.
Wow. Now I understand that you were banned from the basketball team because you used to be able to jump way higher than the 10 feet hoop, and that you could jump from one side of the, take the ball out and jump all the way to the other hoop and stuff it, and people got very upset about you.
Incredibly upset. Like it all started as a joke, right? Like we were at practice and my friend was like, you can't jump, you can't dunk from this baseline in that basket. And I'm like, let me try. And I did. Because at first I was just going straight up used to almost hit my head on the ceiling. But when I figured that out, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this every single game. And then of course, like the parents started sending me hate mail. I'm pretty sure a dude threw like a hammer at me during a game. So it was really kind of by my own choice because I was terrified. But you know, it is.
But I know you're kind of a hero now because you've been able to jump in trees and save cats. You've been able to jump in trees and get kites and other objects that have flown into trees. Yeah. And now you're kind of a hero in your community.
I definitely am. Yeah, it all started because my now ex-girlfriend decided to throw all of my stuff away because she said the springs in my legs, like, they made me cocky, right? She said I was a horrible person, a horrible human being. She threw all my stuff out, and I had my favorite shirt was at the top of a tree. So of course I jumped up and got it. Saw there was a little baby bird, and there was this little kid calling like, hey, that's my baby bird. Gave it to the kid. Next thing you know, I'm doing that all the time, saving cats, birds, toy airplanes, anything.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, Keyshawn. You got quite a talent. Let's move on now. Let's see who's next on the list here. It looks like it's Andre. Oh, Andre. So, Andre, I understand you've been alive for over 300 years.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And could you give us some of the highlights in those 300 years that anything you saw that you maybe is different in history than we even know it?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions. Let's say I was here during World War II, World War I. I was here during the Spanish flu. And actually, you know, during the Spanish flu, it was very different, for instance. Like, they got no vaccine, they got not a lot of masks, and people were doing like parties all the time. And they were pretty even happy to die after having fun. Now, actually, it's not that different from now. But I was here, like, you know, 300 years. I feel like it's a lot of time, but it's not that much because I spent my 300 years across Europe and then coming to America. So I've seen like how America started, and I see like Europeans coming here and killing the Native Americans, and now Europeans say, oh, you know, Americans, they are so mean, they killed the Native Americans. But I was there, like, you know, it's been us, like, it's so now we blame on you. That's really smart and really mean, isn't it? That's
wow. Now,
that's
have
good.
you ever been in a gunfight, or have you ever met a president?
Oh yeah, many times. Last time, like two days ago, because, you know, I live in Brooklyn now. So it's I think I've been involved in gunfights more now than in the past. Yeah, you know.
Well,
nowadays,
it is New York.
Yeah, it is New York. Yeah, I curse way more. I'm always stressed out. Yeah, life is really stressful.
Not sure I want to live 300 more years in New York right now. I'm not sure if that, maybe you should figure some other place to go live for the next 300 years.
You know, I thought you never asked, because I'm thinking about that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't like the vibe anymore. And I used to be like more into, you know, those symposiums, talking about philosophy at the bar in Paris. That's what I like. Mm-hmm. Mostly, yeah. And now, you know, I'm arguing all the time and complaining about the train and subway. Yeah. That's a good point. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. I can't wait to pick your brain and learn a lot more about you. Let's move on now. Who's up next? It looks like we're going to move on to Aiden. Aiden, let's see. You ate a 1 mile long hot dog. You want to talk about that?
Yes, it came off as a challenge. You know how people eat normal size hot dogs, and, you know, they can put away like 70 or something like that. You know, I've the high contender of about 150 now, 151 in the world. Yeah, the trick is to just bend it in a C form and just shove them down. You know, just
wow.
you know, a little bit of sauerkraut. I like sauerkraut, but not too much.
Well,
Because,
the one that we're talking about that I saw is actually where you walked a mile, starting at the beginning of the mile, and walked the entire mile eating the hot dog as you went down. And then when you had your final bite, you were able to kiss your future wife. Is that a true story?
That's actually, yes. That is a different story. Yes. You know, that I was walking my dog, and he wanted to eat the hot dog. And then when I get to the end, you know, I found my wife, and we just fell in love from there.
So I think what you're saying is we all need to eat a mile-long hot dog, and at the end of the hot dog, it's kind of like a pot of gold, you know, for
mile-long hot
the
dogs.
Irish. But the pot of gold for you was your future wife's kiss at the end of that mile-long hot dog.
Oh yes, mile-long hot dogs equal true love. I found that out. It's a true story.
As long as the hot dog's kosher, it's got to be a kosher dog.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's move on. Thank you. I hate to be your stomach. Let's see who we got. We got David. Okay, so David, I understand you live underground. What's that all about?
Yes, well, I was just looking at the housing crisis, and I thought I would do something about it and take matters into my own hands. These hands here that have done very bad things in my life. But I wanted to do something good, so...
I'm sorry, did you just hint that you actually did something bad, like maybe kill someone, and that's why you're living underground?
Yes. No. Where did you get that idea?
Well, I got that idea from
I'm a
you. You
philanthropist.
actually, and when I started to look at your hands, they looked a little killer-like. Kind of large hands that look like they're killer-like. Those are definitely the hands of a murderer. Oh my God.
These hands, I manicure them daily. This one here. And then, well, all of them. I have 10. And...
Well, I understand you manicure them with your teeth. That's what the rumor is, that you actually bite your nails to manicure them.
I didn't want it to go this way. I just wanted to tell you about...
Wow. Well, I might have to send somebody down in your underground bunker and see if there's any people missing, because we are missing some people, and now we kind of can identify where they are. You're definitely now a person of interest. Thank you, David. We'll be moving on before you find out where I am and what studio I'm in. Okay, Lynn, you're the final one, and I understand, Lynn, you have no lungs. How do you breathe, Lynn? How do you live with no lungs?
Well, obviously, I have to have a ventilator machine dragging around with me all the time. I don't like it.
That seems like a drag.
I feel it is a drag. I drag it around, and I feel like I'm living in a nursing home, which I really don't want to be, because all the COVID people are here. And I want to try to avoid them as much as I can, because I'm a lot younger than them.
Yes. I noticed behind you the picture on the wall of your mother and father, and they had no lungs either.
No, they didn't. And I inherited that terrible affliction, just like they had. Yep.
And I believe that's your phone, or is that some sort of a lung reminder that you needed to turn on the ventilator?
Yeah, if I don't turn it on, I just creep out. I have to take a drug to wake me.
The thing that's sticking out near your mouth, is that some sort of a hookah pipe? What is that thing? Because I would imagine you wouldn't want to be smoking that if you have no lungs.
No, I don't smoke. I'm anti-smoking. Totally anti-smoking.
What is that thing? What's that thing sticking out at the bottom of your screen? What is that? No, down. You take the mouse to the left.
It's my hand lotion. It's my hand lotion. I have to always make my hands very soft. I like being soft. Yes. It's my
Okay,
lotion.
well, at least you have soft hands and no lungs. Well, listen, all of you guys have been really wonderful on my talk show. This is the most eclectic talk show I've ever done. You're all very existential. And I hope to see you back maybe in a month or two, and we'll do recaps on how your life's been going. Thanks for being on Kent's talk show. All right, we're moving on to 5 couples switch. So you can all stay up here right now because I'm going to give you, these are all scene-oriented pieces now. Our first team is going to be, go ahead and bring them all up so I can see them all, will be Andre and Madison, and you're on a bad honeymoon. Okay, so you guys can now minimize. You'll be coming out first, and you're on a bad honeymoon, so you can detail that out and where you're going and all that. So go ahead and put bad honeymoon next to your name and minimize yourself. Number 2 is Keyshawn and Judy. And you two are running from the law. We don't know why. You guys can figure out your relationship and what you're running from the law from. What did you do? Go ahead and minimize yourself. Put running from the law next to your names. Make sure everybody's muted. David, be muted. Aiden and David, you will be grave robbers. You actually are stealing people from graves, okay? So you'll be team number 3. Go ahead and minimize yourself. Put grave robbers next to your name. Laura and Lynn, you're cougars on a singles cruise. Okay, you're a couple cougars on a singles cruise. So go ahead and minimize yourself and put on singles cruise. And Brooke, who sleeps with monkeys? No. Brooke and Martika, you have your new roommates, okay? But you're in a haunted house. You rented a haunted house as new roommates. Okay, so go ahead and minimize yourself and say roommates, haunted house. Okay, and now 5 couple switch is where they're each going to have their own scene. And every time I yell switch, that pair will leave. I'll take the last line from that pair's scene and give it to the next scene pair. And they'll have to start their scene with that line. So let's bring out team number 1. Each team will be going around 3 times. So this is the bad honeymoon. And your opening line is, Madison will say, "You cheap bastard," and we'll take it from there.
You cheap bastard!
Yeah.
Why would you bring me to Siberia? Of all places, you can't afford a proper honeymoon. You can't afford to take me somewhere that has a little bit more luxury.
No, I mean, slow down. You always told me that you love like cold winter, that a chalet is very romantic. I thought you were happy. Like it was supposed to be a surprise. Now I am surprised. I mean, look, isn't it amazing, romantic? And plus, it's always like nighttime. It's always nighttime.
Andre, there is no room service. It's like a work camp. It's like Soviet Russia. Like we have to do everything. We have to clean up. We have to make our food. This is not fun.
Right.
This is not fun. Running from the law. Team 2. This is not fun. Running from the law.
This is not fun, Keyshawn. You told me that you promised that beating up the pimp would give us so much freedom back. I trusted you, brother.
Okay. And it kind of did if you look at it a different way, because now you don't have to pay him. I mean, yeah, we're, he's dead and the cops are after us, but you don't have to worry about him.
I do. I don't have any cards. The pimp has it. You're supposed to ask him to give me the identification. Otherwise, I don't exist. Anything can happen to me. Can you
switch?
Can you
Anything can happen to me. Grave robbers. Team 3. Anything can happen to me.
Anything can happen to me out here. I love it in the graveyard, John.
Oh, I love it too, Mel. Like, there's so many bodies. What do you want to do? I mean, did you bring the tools? Tell me you brought the tools this time.
I got everything. We could behead them, take off and get their watches. There's so much stuff to rob here.
I kind of want his pants. Those are nice pants.
He did have very nice pants. We came here at the funeral and we
He did have very nice pants. This is the Cougars on the singles cruise. He did have very nice pants.
Oh, he did have very nice pants. I'm going to get that guy. He is having a margarita right now, and I am going to go up to him and I am going to really flirt. How do you like that, Laura?
No, you go for it, Lynn. I'm hitting the pool boy because, I mean, he had some nice pants. Those were like really short, little skinny pants, and he is just my type. I think he's like maybe 24, 25. But, yeah, he's my type. The long black hair and everything. Woo! Getting hot over here.
I like guys like that too. I love them when they have those really sharp leather pants too, and we can go dancing in the disco ballroom tonight. What do you think about that?
Well, the only problem is like, I have a tough time when they say, you know, you're really nice lady and you remind me of my mom. You know, that's a little
Switch.
tough.
New roommates, you remind me of my mom.
You remind me of my mom. It's kind of crazy, actually.
I think that's so cool that I remind you of your mom. This interaction reminds me a little bit of a ghost that looks like you.
Looks like me? That's
yes.
So weird that you even say that, because I've been seeing a little girl in the corner over there ever since we walked in. I think I might be a medium or something. I don't know. Anyway, are you okay with taking out the trash every so often? Do you want to like switch up on that?
Are you okay with taking out the trash, the bad honeymoon? Are you okay with taking out the trash?
Honey, are you okay? Are you okay with taking out the trash? I just did laundry and those people are so mean to me today. I don't know why. I mean, and it's a little cold outside. Please do me this favor.
Yes, they're mean to you because we're in a work camp. I'm not okay taking out the trash. I just wanted to have a proper honeymoon with the man of my dreams that I thought that I loved.
Okay, relax. It's dinner time. Do you hear the Russian national anthem? It's dinner time. We just need to go to Gulag 2, you know, Gulag 2, that building, and it's written on the guide, you know, and I'm sure it's going to be delicious. So, okay.
I'm sick of borscht. I'm sick of borscht. They give us borscht for every meal.
No, I've heard that they're going to change. It's going to be like a big
Switch.
piece of...
No, I heard they're going to change. Running from the law. No, I heard they're going to change.
No, I heard they're going to change all of the charges they have against us. So right now we have murder, we have tampering with evidence, we also have kidnapping because of the other week. We have a lot, but they're going to change it all to just a simple bank robbery. If you just, come on, follow my lead.
I know. I met this guy just off the street on the main artery, and his name is something Trump Jr. And I guess he likes Asian ladies. So he's my new pimp now. All these things you just said is he's doing. So anyway, I'm going on to be a big star, and it will be forgotten anyway. The pimp is just trash.
No, that's exactly how we got into this. You found this pimp who was something Trump Jr. Senior, and look, we had to kill him, and now we're in this predicament.
Switch. We had to kill him. The grave robbers. We had to kill him.
We had to kill him.
I think so.
We couldn't have got his VCR if we didn't.
Exactly. I mean, how are we gonna get everything now? I mean,
VCRs are expensive.
We had to do it. I mean, I want to watch Tom and Huck. I don't know about you.
Our favorite show.
That is the best thing ever. Oh, I can't wait to get this VCR. I mean, he wasn't using it anyways. I mean,
Immortal Soul VCR. Yeah, he wasn't
exactly.
Using it.
Movie night. Hey, who are we gonna have to kill this time?
Switch.
To get a place.
Movie night. Exactly, movie night. Cougars on the singles cruise.
Exactly. Movie night. That is a great idea because I am going to find that guy and I am going to start kissing him all the way through the movie. I'm not even going to watch that movie. Who the fuck cares? I don't care.
Lynn. I might get a little jealous, but I think I've met this guy named like Trump Jr., and he's pretty hot, man. I mean, from what I saw, he's got this big orange hair thing going on, and I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. You know, I'm bringing him to the movies.
Switch.
Let me tell you.
I'm feeling it. The new roommates. I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it. That little girl you're talking about earlier, you know what? I kind of like what she's saying. So maybe you're doing the right thing with your medium.
I believe so too. I don't know if maybe the ghost is interfering with the camera right now, but I'm getting a very strong sense that there's definitely someone with us right now.
Ooh.
Okay, they decided to bring. It was a sign. It was a sign, right? I'm not crazy.
Switch. It was a sign. It was a sign. Bad honeymoon. Unmute.
I can't, honey. I can't hear you. What's going on?
I just couldn't even get the words out that it's a sign that I think our love is so real that we can be in an awful place like this and still love each other.
No, yeah, I love you too. I love you too. And you know, we met at dinner. We met that beautiful couple. What's their names? Like Alexei Navalin. He's so smart and fun, and he's here with his wife. They're having like such a good time. And why don't you eat your dinner? You didn't eat anything. I mean, he said he's been poisoned once, but never here, never in the camp. So it's, you know, you should trust them.
I just don't
Switch.
know.
You should trust them. Running from the law.
You should trust them. You know, the Christians, they got it right. They have forgiveness. They accepted someone like me. They accepted my child was junior. So I'm just trying to save you. Don't go this path anymore.
Yeah, I wish you would have got to me a little earlier because
it's never late.
You made the right choice. And I'm actually about to go to jail. The cops are.
Switch. I'm actually about ready to go to jail. Grave robbers. I'm actually about ready to go to jail.
I'm actually about ready to go to jail right now.
I think I have to too because I'm an accomplice.
I have a confession to make. I did it on purpose. I like being in confined spaces with you. I wanted to be in one of his graves and kind of bury us together in there. That was my plan. But you had other plans apparently. So now
Switch. You had other plans. The Cougars on the singles cruise. You had other plans.
You had other plans, but my plan was to go skinny dipping with Leonardo DiCaprio. He is here. Do you believe it? And he's with Brad Pitt. Yes.
Oh, come on.
They are together.
I get Brad. Come on. We'll go do it together. You can't have both.
I'm taking
just
Brad.
hogging them.
Brad is my guy. You can't have Brad.
Actually, Brad's kind of old when I think about it. I am kind
he's very cute.
Well, looking for a little younger type, you know.
Switch. I'm looking for a little younger type. The new roommates. I'm looking for a little younger type.
I'm looking for a little younger type.
Has it happened? Are you possessed?
Oh, it's not here anymore. I know what you did when you were 5. I see that. I see that little girl. I want to play with her.
I knew this was gonna happen when you ate that left out lasagna. I told you it was gonna
All right, that's 5 couple switch. Very good. Fine work, ladies and everybody. Now we're going to move on to the news. So if you're in the news, come on out here. I've got Lynn and Laura and Martika and Judy and David and Aiden. Okay, so these will be the people who are playing again. Lynn, Laura, Martika, Judy, David, and Aiden. Okay, so our anchors, if you could put that next to your name, that would be Lynn and Laura. I know you can't put it, Lynn, but you're an anchor. Laura can certainly do that. If you're entertainment, Judy, go ahead and put that. Weather, Martika. On the spot, Aiden and David will be sports today. So our anchor number one, Lynn, you will wink and throw kisses. Okay, so wink and like that, and or you can do it like this, however you want to do it. And the rats are even leaving New York. The rats are finally leaving New York too. So that's your lead story. Laura, you have a lizard tongue, so comes in and out like that, like a lizard tongue. Okay, and you're going to talk about Mars is missing. We sent the rover up there, and now we can't get any pictures because Mars is just missing. It's gone. Martika, you'll be doing the weather in opera style, and you'll be talking about storms, okay? And then Judy, with entertainment, you'll be talking about the Academy Awards. The Oscars are coming up, and you're going to be a narcissist, so you're better than everybody who's getting awards. You're just a much better performer. And sports, David, you're going to be doing the strongman contest, and you're going to be pointing every once in a while at the camera, pointing, okay? So the strongman contest and pointing. Aiden, you're on the spot. You're at a vaccination site, and they're now actually vaccinating dogs and cats. So you're at the site where they're actually vaccinating now dogs and cats. So now I'm going to ask you to repeat your story and your physical, starting with Lynn.
Okay, so my story is the rats are also leaving New York. I'm going to wink. I'm going to throw kisses.
Okay, Laura.
I have a lizard tongue, blah, 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 and Mars is missing.
Okay, weather.
I am a weather anchor, and I am singing opera during a storm.
Aiden, on the spot.
I am at a vaccination clinic where they are giving the vaccines to dogs and cats.
And David.
Well, I'm here with sports at the strongman competition, and I am pointing.
And Judy Lee.
I'm a narcissistic entertainment reporter for the Oscars.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 6 o'clock news at 7 with our anchors Laura and Lynn. And take it off, Lynn.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I have a fantastical story here tonight because people have left New York City, downtown Manhattan due to COVID virus, and now the rats can't even take it anymore. So I am going to be hiding out myself because I am totally afraid of rodents. So I am going to send it over to Martika at the weather to find out what's going on there.
Thank you, Lynn, for the wonderful introduction. But we are surrounded by storms. It's booing, it's clashing, and it's raining all over. Back to you, Laura.
Blah, 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 blah. The latest news is that I found out that Mars is missing, and I don't know what those Martians are going to be doing with this missing planet because they're probably going to be blah, invading us. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do. Blah, blah. So watch out for those Martians. I think we need to move to Judy for entertainment.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Oh, Martika, your singing was, I'm not feeling it. So I'm here because I'm talking about Oscars. And as you know, it's a judge a bunch of big budget shows that my father sponsored, which is why I'm here, by the way. I'm going to be off next week going on my own production. So let's say Parasite. Wow, it's kind of a comedy and tragedy. What exactly it is it? I mean, I saw the script and they wanted me, but I was like, I don't get it. Is it comedy or is it tragedy? And how do you put in Oscars? I don't know. But I think maybe it's just Asian people's time. I don't know. Maybe we have the money. I think that's it. And we have bombshells. Oh, yes, bombshells. They have blonde hair. That's why they call bombshells. Oh, sorry. I have a phone call from my father. I think I have a contract coming. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you, Judy. That was effervescent entertainment. I'm going to tell you a secret, though. Actually, it's not a secret anymore. Mario Cuomo is probably going to be leaving New York, too, along with the rats. Anyway, I am now going to send it over to Aiden, who is at a vaccine clinic.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. Yes, we're here today at Paws and Claws. And today, they will be giving the vaccine to dogs and cats. Not only to just save their lives, but also, apparently, they can have dogs stop eating cats. And cats to stop being just little assholes. Apparently, they just gave the vaccine. Oh, they just gave the vaccine to a pit bull. Okay. And it's apparently mauling the cat. Back to you, Lynn. We don't want to see this.
Well, I don't blame you. In the meantime, I'm going to send it over to David at Sports.
Hey, Lynn, thanks. I'm here at the world's greatest strongman competition. And the guys are lining up. They got a new theme this year. And what it is, basically, is it's the world's weakest strongman. They rallied, they petitioned, they got together. They said, we want to be part of this. And they're reading their comic books, getting sand kicked in their face. They really related to that kind of imagery. So they're here. They're doing things like pushing their muscles up with their hand like this. See? Looks like your muscle's going up, but it's not really. And that's kind of what they're doing here, you know? They've got finger exercises they're doing on our pocket calculators, and it's really fascinating stuff. One guy here, he's got so much muscle in his finger that he can actually program from a distance just by moving his finger. I don't get it either. But anyways, back to you, Laura.
Thank you, David. Just in, man with giant spring legs jumps into tree to save chinchilla. So very impressive about that. I think this is going to wrap up our news, guys. What do you think? Back to you, Lynn, just to wrap it up for us, I think.
I feel really bad for Mario Cuomo right now. He's another rat that's sinking on that ship. And this has been the 6 o'clock news at 7.
All right, that's the news. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. If you guys minimize yourself, I'm going to bring in the other 4 players to play a game called Tag Team Competition. So I need Madison and Brooke as a team and Andre and Keyshawn as a team. Now, Madison and Brooke will be playing the same character. They'll be able to tag in and tag out like tag team wrestling. The way they'll tag in is, let's say that Brooke wants to come in. She'll just come in, and Madison will minimize herself, and the scene will continue where they left off from that point in time. Same thing can happen with Andre and Keyshawn, who's still running from the law. So let's hope he can. Oh, good. He's just stopped running from the law. That's fantastic. He can read my thoughts like Madison can read a dog. Anyway, so the story is this is the last date. It's funny, on the show before, it was their first date. So if people want to watch both shows, now let's see the story of the last date. So we're going to start with Andre and Madison, which means Brooke and Keyshawn will minimize themselves. And remember to come in when the other player is talking. And so it's the last date, and you're going to be hillbillies to start with. So let's see your hillbillies. I'm going to go minimize myself. I'll make all my calls from the side. Here we go. Oh, unmute.
Well, I'm so happy that you finally asked me out. Oh, it just took a long time, but you did it.
Yeah, I did. Isn't it amazing? Just I want you to know right away that this is our last date. Yeah, this is our first and last date. Yeah, that's how we do in the country. Yeah.
But I was just getting started.
I know, but isn't it fun? You just enjoy it, you take all of it, and then that's it. This is how we do it.
Yeah, this isn't going well. I'm not, I agree. I really do agree. This is the first and last date, honey. Like the second you sat down and I saw that straw between your teeth, I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, this is another thing that we do in the country,
Yeah, shoot. I keep the straw in between my tooth because it makes me look cool. And you know what,
and what?
honey?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think you're cool enough for me. So
I'm not cool enough for you.
You know.
I'm cool enough for you. Interesting.
Gangsters.
Interesting, because I'm gonna have to contact someone about that, and we're gonna have to end you.
Man, who you gonna contact? See, look, I have a buddy. Down south that'll wipe you out real quick. See, and you know what? He's gonna take care of this real fast, and you don't have to worry about anything. All right?
Look. You think you're really smart, but I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get very far. I have to say, you think you're going to dump me? You think just because you're too smart for me, you're going to dump me? I don't think so. Look at you with your to-do hat. We can't even hear what you're saying. Yeah. Just flap, flap, flap. You think you're so smart and brave.
Unmute.
Look at you. Look at how dumb you look without the mute off. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed to even know you right now. Oh my gosh.
No, that's better, because the less you know, the better. The less
I know,
the better. This is how it works.
Cartoon voices. Cartoon
Oh,
voices.
yeah, of course you're supposed to be scared. That's how you're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not. So, sorry.
So, show me your scared face, please.
My scared face?
Yeah.
I'm fearless. Nothing scares me.
Oh, you're
scared face doesn't exist. Yeah.
Whoa, good for you. That's awesome. You know what? You can fear anything or nothing as much as you want, because we're done. I don't care.
Okay, I agree, honestly, because you think you're all that, and I don't think so. We disagree on that. I don't see why you think you have so much confidence. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm trying to understand. It doesn't make any sense.
That's okay. That's totally fine, because guess what? I didn't even bring my wallet. You're going to pay for this meal. And you know what? That is totally fine with me, and I hope it's okay with you. Actually, I don't care if it's okay with you.
I think you're so silly. You think that I'm just going to pick up the whole thing, and that is so dumb. I'm not going to pay for you. I'm just going to walk right out of this restaurant, and you're going to be left holding the bill.
Auctioneers.
Oh, that's a great idea. So we're going to run. And they're going to chase us, but we're going to run faster. Okay, so are you ready? I'll give you a cue. Okay, I'll give you the sign.
I give you 1, I give you 2, I give you 3. That's right. 1 bidder, 2 bidder, 3 bidder, 4 bidder. You wanna come on, 5 bidder, 6 bidder, 7 bidder. You wanna you just go ahead and try.
Yeah, that's the idea. Overall, that's the idea. Just a little complicated, but I'm gonna follow you, okay? I'm gonna follow your lead. Just okay.
I got them all lining up for me.
All right, I got a 1 fly, I got a 2 fly, I got a 3 fly, I got a 4 fly, I got all the flaws with you. I'm not interested in you whatsoever. I want this to be the last date. The 1, 2, 3, 4 last date. That's it. Negative dates. Seeing a lot of flaws. Can I get a lot of flaws over here? A lot of flaws. Where am I seeing them? All over the place. All over the place. Gosh. Trying to shut my eyes, but there's nothing to show.
No flaws. That's real funny. Yeah. You saw all the flaws. I see all the flaws in you. All the flaws in you. You have this flaw. You have this flaw. Your eyebrow.
Where? I don't see him. What? You still got to see
I
him.
see him. My mom sees him.
Musical.
My dad sees him. Everybody sees him. It's okay.
You
And
still haven't
now-
seen a teeth.
And now I've had enough, and I'm going to break up with you.
You don't know what you're missing. You don't know about my kissing. You don't know. You don't know. And you'll never know. Ever.
But that's okay, because I don't want
That is
to.
okay. All right, that's
so I'm
tag team
glad.
competition. He'll never know. We'll never find out. Okay, let's bring all the cast back in. Bring them all back in right now. Okay, so due to time constraints, we're going to probably go to two-headed, unless you guys would rather do reality. You can only do one of the two. So I'll ask you right now, the two-headed advice one, raise your hand. So I know. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, looks at 5. Well, we're tied. So we got half want to do Reality House, and the other half want to do the thing. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to leave it. Well, okay, we'll do a quick Reality House. Okay, all right. So Brooke, you're accident prone. Go ahead and minimize yourself. You're accident prone. Martika, you're a germaphobe. Okay, Laura, you're needy and neurotic. David, you're paranoid. Andre, you're the gossip. Lynn, you're nosy. Remember to put these next to your names. Aiden, you're a kleptomaniac. Judy, you've got anger issues. Keyshawn, you're the macho asshole. Madison, you're a nymphomaniac. I'm sure your husband will love to see that. Okay, so this is Reality House. This is a takeoff of Big Brother. And due to time restraints, we'll probably make it a little quicker than normal. But they all live in the same house, and I'm going to go around and talk to each one of them and see how they've been getting along. We dropped them off in here 30 days ago, and now we're bringing the cameras in with our crew to see what things have been happening in the last month. Maybe some hookups, some personality problems. Let's bring everybody into the house right now. Okay, so we've got I'd like to talk to Andre first, our gossip. So Andre, can you tell me some of the gossip that might be going on in the house?
Yeah, of course. Actually, just last night, like Judy Lee, she yelled at David. Yes, she yelled all of a sudden, like she yelled at David, and like so much drama going on. That's crazy. And she yelled so much that after that, like Martika came and cleaned everything, because she said that by yelling, they could like spread germs with all that talking. And I think that's a little crazy. But they said they had like this big fight. Yeah. That's like last fresh out of the oven.
Well, let's find out. Judy Lee, so why were you yelling at David?
Because David is chewing his nails. And he knows that's my trigger. If you're chewing your nails, you're asking for punishment. That's how I was trained. I was raised in a zoo where I was having this issue of dirty nails, and my parents made me chew down them. And David, knowing my condition, still doing that. Tell me I'm not being reasonable. Why are you all ganging up on me? I'm a traumatized person. God.
Okay, I'm going to switch over just for a second to Brooke. Now, apparently you tripped when you went into Martika's room and fell over her chair and broke it, and then she sprayed you down with Lysol. Is that a true story?
Yeah, the Lysol really got in my eyes and burned it. Honestly, I don't know why they have hardwood floors everywhere. I walk around in socks. I like to just be comfortable on my feet, right? And hardwood floors make me slip all the time, especially when I'm running up the stairs and I'm so excited to see my friend. It's like they're out to get me or something. Jeez.
And let me go to Lynn for a second. Lynn, apparently you were standing outside the door when Madison and Macho Keyshawn were doing the nasty.
Yeah, because I like to hear that stuff. It really it turns me on too, believe it or not. So I want to know who is having sex with whoever in the house. And I need to talk to Andre to find out because he's the gossip and he needs to tell me everything so I can get off on that. Where's my story, Andre? I need to hear it. Come on.
Well, we'll
Give
hear
it to
from
me.
Andre in just a second. Nosy. I understand that Keyshawn, let me see if this is a true story, Keyshawn, that when you were having sex with Madison, you actually put a saddle on her and put a bridle on her and then rode her?
Yeah, bro. Because I really like to stay outside of the box. I think outside of the box, and I do things by my own rules, right? So, you know, I'm already mad tired because I'm just doing push-ups all day, every day in front of everybody. Because if they don't know that I'm strong, then how am I going to smash all of them the way I did with Madison, right? So she let me, and of course I had to mix it up because I'm like this crazy talented, out-of-the-box guy. So, yeah. Of course I do.
So, Madison, what did you feel like when he wanted to put a saddle on you and put a bridle in your mouth and then ride you?
Oh, Keyshawn is so cruel. Oh, such a cruel lover he is because the things that he subjects me to just so that I can be with him. Oh, it's so hard to bear. Just look at him. Look at what he does to me. I can hardly take it. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow.
Keyshawn!
Oh my golly. Okay. I'm sure you've kind of gotten it on with some other people, and we're going to find that out in a second. But I've got to talk to Aiden. Aiden, apparently you went into Martika's room. I guess she didn't know this, but you stole some of her hand sanitizer and some Lysol?
Yes, I did. I went into a room and, I was out. So I was like, fuck it. Let's just, that's my main thing. I have a baseball bat. What for? I have all this random stuff that the thing is that she wanted it. And I thought it just needed to be with me, These are the things I do, and I'm hated for it, but I can't help myself,
Well, you've been stealing a lot of stuff, but apparently Madison stole your virginity.
She did. I think that's what triggered me to steal other people's stuff, because that's just something I can't. I hate it. I just hate it. I just hate it. But I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed it at the same time.
Well, let me go over to Laura, who's very needy and neurotic. I don't know if you know this, but Keyshawn kind of likes you.
Kent, get me out of this place. I can't take it anymore. These people are insane. They're all insane. All they do is like have sex and then they fight. They have sex and fight all day long. I just got to get out of here. I can't take it anymore. I mean, and like David, he's like hanging out under the stairs, like eating food and watching everyone. And Aiden's like in a car all the time watching us. It's like, I can't take it anymore. Everyone leave me alone. Keyshawn, I just can't be here right now. I can't be with anyone. I need to get out. Please get me out of this place. Please. Please.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk to the producers about that. I'm going to go to Martika first. So, Martika, you've been spraying a lot of people down with Lysol. You obviously sprayed Brooke when she came in your room and fell over the chair. But apparently there's been other stuff, like you sprayed David in the face. That's why he's paranoid. And you actually, Madison came on to you and you sprayed her down too, so she'd leave you alone. Is that true?
Yes, with the loud talking and Madison all over everybody, it just makes you have to clean constantly. And really, they all take me for granted for how much I clean after them all of the time, and I get stolen from.
She cleans too much. We love the smell of sweaty, luscious bodies.
No one likes the smell of sweaty armpits. It smells like sandwiches. Sandwiches,
Yeah,
Madison.
regardless if it's sweat or like sanitizer or anything, like it makes everything very slippery. So let's keep that in mind, please. Thank
Would you rather be
feel her
food or
hair.
slippery?
Yeah, Judy, do you want to tell Andre why you're upset with him?
Andre, God. Okay, so I had a childhood friend who was called Andre, and you know what he did? He doused me with Lysol because he said I was dirty. He pretended to be my friend, and you are gossipy. He was gossipy too. So, I guess Aiden has my baseball bat.
Oh my God, Judy Lee! I mean, it's me. Oh my God! Yeah, hi, yeah. I mean, it's me. It's me.
I found you. I found you all these years.
Oh, those
You have no
years.
idea the kind of plan I had for you.
We have so much to
Let's-
gossip together about,
Do you
the good old
remember?
days.
Do you remember you put Lysol in my mouth?
Yeah,
Calling me dirty
twice.
girl.
Yeah. That was fun.
I will have Lysol dosed baseball down your throat.
But now, tell me
God.
something. Like, why you?
You are dead. You are dead.
Oh,
Go
no,
to
please,
your
please.
room and wait for
Okay,
me.
well, we're going to probably cut the feed now because we don't want anybody to die on the air because then we'll get sued. This has been great. The Reality House will be coming back in 30 days from now and see if you are dead, Andre, or we'll see if Laura finds a way out of the house. Martika will start spraying everybody down. Find out who Madison has sex with next. The nosy Lynn, she'll be able to tell me as macho is getting more macho and the accident prone is falling over more things as Aiden is stealing the hearts of everyone. This has been Reality House, and this has been our show. Thank you guys for all watching our show. Let's introduce our cast one more time. Give it up for Andre.
Thank you for coming. Ciao.
And Laura.
Thank you as well. Have a good night.
And Martika, her first show with us.
I'm so excited to be here. It was a great night. I hope you had fun too.
And Aiden.
Thanks, you guys, for coming. See you next time. It's been awesome.
David, his first show.
Thanks for having me.
He does live underground. Judy Lee.
Be hungry, you all. It feels good.
Brooke, her first show.
Thank you for watching. It's been so much fun.
Keyshawn.
This was super fun. Thanks for tuning in.
Lynn.
Glad everybody can stop by, and happy March Madness.
And Madison.
I'm in love with you all, and thank you for being here as my spectacular castmates and Kent.
Thank you very much. All you guys out there watch the show, if you want to put anything in the chat, congratulate these guys. I read the chat off at the end, and that's fabulous. But listen, you guys, I appreciate all you guys watching today. This team will be back in 4 weeks. They're the 5 o'clock Sunday team, so if you want to follow them or any of the players in this particular cast, and the same cast will be back in 4 weeks with all brand new games and all different stuff. And our website's right up there, laconnectioncomedy.com. LAC Comedy on YouTube, and our sister stations, Mad Movies Online on YouTube. We dub old movies with funny soundtracks. Thanks a lot. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you in 4 weeks. Everybody wave goodbye to everybody.